Hi everyone, today in Integrated Math 1, we're going to go over Chapter 12, Lesson 6. Here are the objectives. Make sure you write them down in your notes. Alright, so properties of isosceles triangles. So, when we're talking about isosceles triangles, we're saying that we have two congruent sides that are called the legs of the isosceles triangle. So, notice those are labeled leg and leg, and the angle with the sides are called the vertex angle. So notice that is angle 1. That's where the two legs, they meet up. Then it says the side of the triangle opposite the vertex angle is called the base. In our case, we have two bases. We have angle 2 and angle 3. And those are both our base angles. Alright, so now let's go over the isosceles triangle theorem. If two sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite those sides are congruent. So we're saying if side AC, so side AC, this side right here, is congruent to side BC, then angle 2 is congruent to angle 1. So side AC, this side goes with that angle. Side BC goes with this angle. And I know those are congruent as well. Then we have the converse of the isosceles triangle theorem, which is just the flip version of this. So instead, here we're saying if two angles of a triangle are congruent, then we know the sides opposite these angles must also be congruent. So we're looking at it from the perspective of the angles first. So if angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, then side FE, which is this side, must be congruent to side DE over here. Think about it going in this direction. Angle 1 goes with side FE, and angle 2 goes with side DE. Then we have our equilateral triangle. A triangle is equilateral if and only if it is equiangular. So, if we know that this angle A and angle B and angle C are all congruent, then we also know that all the sides must all be congruent as well. Each angle of an equilateral triangle measures 60 degrees. So, that's just saying if we know all these sides are congruent, that means that all the angles are also going to be 60 degrees. Think about it. We have 180 degrees for every triangle. We know a triangle has 3 sides. Let's divide it by 3 to find out how it evenly divides. Well, if we divide that, that'll give us 60 degrees for each of these angles, because they must all be the same. Now let's go ahead and find the value of each variable. So let's look at this example here. So this side is saying that it's congruent to this side. So let's first say that's 3 inches. Notice we're trying to find x, and we're also trying to figure out what y is. These are our two variables which we're trying to find out. So one of our theorems is saying that if we know this angle, we know that also matches up with this side here. So that also means, because notice we have 2x on both of these angles. And if I'm looking across from here, that would mean that side BC is also congruent to AB and side AC. So actually, angle ACB is also 2x degrees. With that, think about it. We have 2x plus 2x plus 2x. And we know all angles must equal 180 degrees. So set it equal to 180. Then we add all our x's together. They are like terms, so that works. We're going to say that 6x is equal to 180 divided by 6. You could have shown it with a box if you need it. Divided by 6. So then I know that x is equal to 30. And it's not degrees, because remember, if you actually wanted to find the degrees of each of these angles, we would plug it back in. You would say 2 times x, in our case 2 times 30, is equal to 60. So each of those angles is 60 degrees, but in our case, they're just asking us to find the variable. So x is equal to 30. Then we also want to find y. Well, y, we know they're all equal to each other. So we can actually say 3 is equal to 4y minus 5. So box your variable, add 5 to both sides, gives us 8 is equal to 4y. Box your y, divide 4 to both sides, y is equal to 2. And let's just say you want to double check that you did this correct. You can plug it back into your equation. So 4 times 2 minus 5, which is 8 minus 5, and that gives us 3, which is exactly what you wanted. That would be your 3 inches. So that's a great way to double check. But here, they just wanted you to find the variable. So 2 is equal to y. And there we go.